Good morning, I'm Lauren Scafidi. Thank you so much for making us part of your weekend. Let's check in with Weather Impact meteorologist Carly Cassidy for this soggy weekend. Carly, I'll be honest, I needed this weekend because after all of this nice weather this week,
oh, you need a break?
I didn't do anything I was supposed to. I was so unproductive because I was outside all week.
I mean, as you should be, right? You should have gotten outside, enjoyed it, because yes, it's gonna be a little bit until those 70s come back. We got about 10 to 12 days, this unsettled weather pattern really working its way here and even settling in until we get back to some of those other conditions, because this is the view. We got the rain, the cloud cover, some snow earlier this morning. Now over Grand Lake, not seeing too many of those flakes flying, and we are getting a bit of a break here even on radar, but this is just the start. This is wave one. We have more coming. We are not completely done for today or for the weekend. Even across the metro, most done with the rain as well for now. Just here to the east going through Byers, you can see that line of rain. Not too severe of activity by any means, but a little bit heavier there, kind of mixed in with the orange and the red as this pushes here off towards the north and the east, and then a little bit of that snow left over just off towards the north. Down to the south, not too much going on. We got some cloud cover, a few flakes flying around, but again, we've got more coming as this system will continue. So we take a break for now into about lunch hour, early afternoon, then by late afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, start to spark up a few more of those storms, much more widespread into this evening, and then as we go overnight again into tomorrow. Temperatures today, they will be cooler in the upper 50s, and this is what we've got with that pattern. Cooler temperatures, daily storm chance, so we'll time things out. Take a look at those totals coming up in your full forecast.
Carly, thank you so much. Lawyers for a well-known immigration activist in Colorado who was detained by ICE argue the agency singled out Jeanette Vizquera. They claim that federal agents violated her First Amendment rights. ICE says that she's being held on a reinstated deportation order from 2013 tied to a prior removal after she was caught driving without a license and using a fake ID. But her lawyers argue that that order is invalid. 9 News reporter Ria Jha shows us how a tweet could play a big role in her legal defense.
Por fin te atrapamos.
This isn't just another immigration enforcement story.
Those are the words that were told to Jeanette when she was being arrested after being ambushed in the parking lot at Target.
Today, lawyers made that case for Jeanette Vizquera, saying this may be a deliberate exception.
Finally, we got you.
While the ICE Denver X account routinely posts arrests of individuals accused of violent crimes, drug trafficking, or firearm offenses, Vizquera, a well-known immigration activist, was publicly posted after being detained.
Because really, why else would we be showing pictures from an official ICE account of a middle-aged mother of 4 shackled and being detained in a parking lot?
Vizquera's attorney Laura Lichter said ICE's comment, "We finally got you," paired with the social media move, shows she was singled out because of her activism.
Speech, conduct, being involved in protests, saying things that might not be popular, seem to be the kind of thing that gets the attention of the authorities in enforcement.
Lichter is now building the case around alleged First Amendment violations as Vizquera remains in custody.
She should have the right to go out there and talk about, problems that need to be talked about without being targeted, ambushed and taken away.
Vizquera's children know they need to be patient.
At this time, we just need to remain hopeful and, hopefully she comes home. It might just take a little bit longer.
ICE has not responded to questions about why Vizquera's case was highlighted on social media. A federal judge has temporarily halted her deportation, but her lawyers say the fight to keep her in Colorado is far from over. New this morning, Aurora police currently searching for the person responsible for a deadly shooting from yesterday morning. According to the department's social media account, they responded to the report of the shooting at an apartment on East Exposition Avenue around 9:15 that morning. A 41-year-old Aurora man died at the hospital from an apparent gunshot wound. A 37-year-old Aurora woman was treated for minor injuries, held for questioning, then released. Investigators believe this could have stemmed from a domestic violence incident, but no arrests have been made as of yet. We are making calls to find out more information, but if you know anything about this case, you're asked to call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers at the number on your screen. That's 720-913-7867. A man accused of shooting 3 people at random last summer in Aurora is headed to a mental health treatment center. Austin Benson faces attempted murder and other charges for that shooting. In January, he was found mentally incompetent to stand trial, and it's not the first time. In 2018, he was charged after being accused of randomly shooting at people on a rural road in Douglas County. After he was found incompetent, a judge dismissed those charges in 2023. Yesterday, a judge ordered him into the state's Bridges program. It'll provide mental health help, but it is not designed to try to restore him to competency. In the meantime, prosecutors and defense attorneys are actively talking about the case.
The fact that the defense and prosecution are talking means they may be trying to work towards some sort of an agreement that protects the public, but also protects the right of an incompetent person not to go to trial and, quite frankly, not go to a prison. Benson needs mental health treatment, in hospitalization mental health treatment. And it may be that they're trying to figure out a way to get that done.
With legitimate concerns about public safety, there are really only 2 options for prosecutors. One is to seek treatment aimed at returning Benson to competency and then take him to trial. The other is for defense attorneys to agree to a voluntary commitment to a mental health institution. A bill that would make it more difficult to buy semi-automatic guns is now headed to Democratic Governor Jared Polis's desk. The Senate passed Senate Bill 3 yesterday, days after it passed the House. It would require both a permit and a firearm safety training for anyone looking to buy a high-powered gun capable of accepting a detachable magazine. It would also ban buying and selling accessories that increase the rate of fire of a semi-automatic gun. Looks like Polis will sign it. 2 other gun bills passed the legislature. One requires additional security measures at gun shows. The other raises the minimum age to purchase ammo from 18 to 21, with exceptions for some 18 to 20-year-olds in the military or if they have certain hunting licenses. A federal worker in Colorado got her dream job, was laid off, and then rehired again. It all happened in the span of just 4 months. Randy Nusser started working for the Department of Energy in November. That made her a probationary worker. She was included in the federal government's mass layoffs. A judge later found legal problems with how the Trump administration went about those firings and ordered those jobs to be reinstated.
Do you trust that that is a long-term return to work, or do you proceed as if you may still lose this job?
I have no trust. To be honest, I'm going to be blunt. I have no trust. I know what they're trying to do to reduce the workforce, so it's just a matter of time before they terminate us again.
Backup plans. She says she's just not confident that this job is going to be available long term. The Trump administration is asking the Supreme Court to lift a pause on deportation flights under the Alien Enemies Act. A stay was put on the flights by a judge, but President Trump believes that order encroaches on executive authority under the rarely used wartime law. The Department of Justice filed the request to lift the stay yesterday. They argued the president has ultimate authority to conduct sensitive national security-related operations. The High Court asked the plaintiffs in the case to respond to the filing by this Tuesday. Just shocking. Urgent rescue efforts continue this morning in Myanmar and Thailand after a powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake yesterday. This morning, the death toll has officially surpassed 1,000 people, according to their government. More than 2,000 are injured and at least 30 are still missing. Myanmar's military leadership appealed for international help, even offering to cooperate with any country or organization that would provide it. The death toll could continue to climb.